Alright, it's time! Another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 775 for December 4th, 2023. It's almost over.
Yeah, this year started off just fine and has slowly gotten worse. For me, anyways.
Yeah, there was definitely some downtime for me too. But this is my time of year. I've already watched one of my Christmas movies, so I gotta watch some more over the next few weeks. Because, 'tis the season. But on the show this week, we have Anthony.
Yeah.
We got Terrence is joining us in a little bit, I think. Wombat is buying a snow leopard. Is that what he said?
I don't know. I think that was I don't know what he's doing, to be honest with you, so I wasn't prepared with a joke, and I don't know what he's actually doing, so.
Took his private plane to where did he say he was going?
I don't think people know that joke, because I think that was internally said, so I don't know. The joke is that Ryan is rich, everybody.
He has a private plane that he flies to, like, Burger King.
Yes. But I don't think anyone has any knowledge of that outside of the chat, because I think that was mostly done in text.
I swear we talked about it on the show once. Maybe I'm crazy, but then again...
Maybe I wasn't there that day, and I don't remember from listening to the episode.
I'm getting senile in my old age.
I mean, I already... Senile, or, like, this just... We both know this isn't important, so our brain just dumps the fucking information that we've talked about, like, 5 minutes after we're done.
I mean, that's been the case since...
Exactly. So, I'm just saying, like, I don't think you're going senile.
Well, we'll see. We'll see at some point. Eventually I'll stop remembering everything. At some point.
I mean... At some point we all die. Yes, that's when the brain stops getting new information.
You don't know. Maybe I just sit there and think.
Not everybody goes senile.
All of eternity. I don't know.
Oh, that's when televisions have like gone super insane, and your fiddling requires a lot of pondering to complete.
Oh man, that would be miserable.
I think fiddling is already miserable, so...
Oh, fuck that. I bought a new TV last week, and dude, I'm still going. That. I'm still going. Like, getting everything set up the way I want it set up.
It's not that you bought a new television, it's that I know that part of it is so you can fiddle some more, and I hate that shit. I thought I was going to have to buy a new computer this week, and I was just like, I hate getting everything back to where it needs to be.
Oh man, I have a backup drive like that I keep consistently with all the software that I need to do. So like getting my PC back up, because I just bought a new PC too, like about a month ago, and it literally took me like 2 days. Because the PC I don't mess with, because I don't do a lot on the PC other than record and work and stuff. But like, yeah, I got all of my stuff on a drive, like 10-year-old versions of Audacity.
If you switch to, unless you're like bringing the hard drive over, but like it's just like it's always a nightmare. Everything sucks. I hate it.
Oh, I live for it. It's my jam.
It's just like I don't enjoy doing it, which is fine. But then it's like, then when my hand is forced to have to do it, it's just like a fucking night. I didn't want to do this in general. Now I have to.
Oh man, there's nothing more exciting for me than getting a TV out of the box and getting it up on the stand, and then like, let's do some color correction.
The cable shit, dude. I don't get it. That's where it's like when people say like they enjoy Shenmue sort of thing. Like, I understand that people do, but in my head, it just sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Oh man, I love it. I was doing cable management yesterday.
Ugh.
That's one of my favorite weekend pastimes.
I just do not get it. Things I don't want to do. Fuck around.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. But you know what else I love?
Video games?
That's right. Let's talk about some video games. Yeah, that's a good one.
Um, yeah. So I mean, outside of playing a little bit of Mario, I haven't played much this week because it's just sometimes life sucks. Um, I did I did play some shit no one cares about. Sigils of Elohim, which is the prequel game. It unlocks stuff. I've never really sat down. I played like I know I've tried like a demo for the Talos Principle, but
Mm.
I've never actually played down sit down and play the game. Um, but Sigils is like a just a fit the blocks into a puzzle game, and it gives you codes to unlock stuff in the original Talos Principle. So I was playing that. I played a game. YouTube, something on YouTube had like a video had popped up and suggested it or whatever. It's a game called Let's Find Larry.
Hope it's not Leisure Suit Larry.
No. Let's Find Larry is sort of like Where's Waldo. The art style. The art style reminds me of weird. I want to say Sega Saturn more than like a PS1 because I find a lot of PS1 games didn't have this sort of ugly, jarring art style.
I was
But you'd
playing
see
Sega Saturn this weekend, so I know what you mean.
it, there's this weird like they would draw like you would get weird Japanese games on Sega Saturn where you're like the artwork you're like that's really detailed and like but it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
This has kind of got that style with the character design in my opinion. It's sort of like Where's Waldo, but you're looking for your friend Larry.
Oh Jesus, that artwork is wild.
It's listen. I thought what I the game is okay, but it's so goddamn short. It's hard to recommend. There's a twist in it. Um, it does some neat stuff. This is one of those. If this is your pitch, um, I like what you have put on display. Expand upon it.
The
Like I paid $4.
screenshots remind me of those. What are those like? Son of a bitch! Like I want to be a game developer games. Like that isometric perspective, very small, cartoony look.
I I don't know what you're referring to.
God damn it! What are those games? Oh, there's a bunch of them. They just came to Xbox, but they've been on PC and Switch forever.
Talking game dev story type stuff.
Yeah, those kind of things. Like I'm not saying this is that kind of game, but like that isometric kind of.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, this is clearly supposed to give you the vibes of like a I don't know. D3 publisher did a lot of weird shit, and for the most part, the only game that has had any staying power was Earth Defense Force. But
Mm-hmm.
and arguably anything made by Sandlot. Like there's a reason why Robotic Alchemic Drive is $200 now is because it's a very odd game, but we kind of know what it is. But D3 Publisher did a lot of weird shit, and this feels like one of those sort of things too. That like D3 would have like get a studio that has like zero budget, and they'd throw something together, and it's really weird and experimental. I liked the art style in this game. I think it was a unique experience, but I finished it in like 30 minutes. And it's one of those like I really do hope I think Germ Food is the developer. I hope Germ Food really expands upon this. It's a really great concept, but like I can't recommend it to people for $4. Germ Food has done Night of the Consumers, Three-Headed Santa. Like the art style is very much consistent throughout their work, but yeah, I saw it, picked it up, was like, okay, give it a shot, and it's fine. I kind of wish it's hard because I'm like, this is really cool. $4. I'm like, I can't recommend that to fucking anybody. If it was free, I'd go fucking download it, check it out. It does some really neat stuff. But yeah, and then honestly, the time has been spent finding out that I can install 3DS games to my modded 3DS, stuff that I've actually looked for in like physically and just can't find, like SpongeBob Squiggle Pants, which I know sounds really weird, but it was because it was a one of the UDraw, the thing that THQ went under
the one
for.
that's like the warehouse is still full of.
Yeah, there was a Wii exclusive called SpongeBob Squiggle Pants, made by Way Forward. It's WarioWare.
That's a weird
And I'm
combo.
like, right. So I was like, okay, while they ported it to the 3DS, I have looked for a copy of that. And I have not been able to find one. I'm sure I can find one online, but it's it's not that big of a deal for me to find. Like, the company's not making any money. THQ is long dead. No one's making money off of SpongeBob Squiggle Pants other than third-party sellers. And I'm not going to pay a lot for it. So I managed to get that on, and then I found out, like, hey, a bunch of Dragon Quest games have been translated too, which God bless. God bless those crazy people who work so hard and then don't get licensed by Square Enix for some stupid fucking reason. But yeah, that's kind of all I've done. Just work, really. And I went to go get the new Dragon Quest game because that came out on Friday. So I was going to talk about that, but GameStop, in their infinite wisdom, doesn't have a new game in stock. Only will send to my house. I can't go and pick it up in a store.
I mean, I get it at this point because like so few people are buying those.
But at the same time, like, prove your usefulness.
Oh, they don't have any.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
it's like, well, just like, I've never seen such a. So when I picked up that Sonic, oh my god, the Sonic game that just came out.
yeah,
Superstars.
Superstars.
Yeah. And when it came out, they were like, I don't know if we have an extra copy. Like, what? It came out today. What do you mean you don't have an extra copy? It's not like I'll give you Dragon Quest. You know what I mean? To some extent, like, I get it. It is a niche title to some extent. But even then, it's like on the surface of niche titles. But Sonic, like, really? Like, that was such a weird thing for them to say. Like, it's like Sonic still has like brand power, I can tell, because there's a good portion of your store that is just Sonic merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know, that whole company, man.
I think they're only relevant to sell Call of Duty to grandmothers at Christmas.
I suppose it's. I don't generally feel bad for. I feel bad for the people who lose their jobs, but like, I don't feel bad for like, corporations going down the drain. But like, when they're gone, like, Jesus Christ, there's just nothing to fill that, fill that mall space. Like, just
No.
really is like this weird, like, I just can't believe how shit they are.
They are pretty bad.
But that's it for me. I wish I had more to talk about. I mean, no one wants to hear me talk about, like, hidden cats in Paris and London, which is what I do while I'm waiting for stuff to finish. Is just do little find cats in the picture type shit.
I played one of those once. I think I made it past the first level and was like, okay, I see what this is.
Look, it's not like, it ain't hard, It's pretty easy shit.
It's really
but
not
it's
hard.
like when I'm ripping CDs and making sure my CD collection is, good. and you know, not needing to replace CDs from either disc rot or the fact that they were been scratched, you know, because I bought them secondhand or whatever. Getting too involved in something is a little too difficult because then I'll just go and do that other thing. So like even Mario RPG is like, even though this game is horribly simplistic in a lot of ways, it is just one of those like I will just get absorbed into that story, like just fully, like I don't want to do anything else. I gotta help save Mallow's dad. So
Yeah. Well, I'd love to tell you that I played a bunch of new stuff, but I really didn't. Was there even a big release last week? I think there was. I just don't remember what it was.
I think Dragon Quest was like the release last week.
Yeah, because we're in that. I think we've still got that Ubisoft December game, which we normally do, which is Avatar, Far Cry.
Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm sure we've talked about this. I really don't get Avatar at all.
I mean, I enjoyed the first movie, but I don't understand the phenomenon.
It feels. I feel like I'm about to say something mean, and I really don't want to sound like I'm purely just shitting on Avatar for the sake of it. It feels like that thing that you just go, it's fine.
I mean,
and like,
yeah.
how does like, I don't know anybody who loves Avatar. I know people that like Avatar. That's fine. Like, you know, I don't dislike Avatar, but like, I didn't have any interest in going and seeing the second movie. Like, nothing screamed, "Wow, I need to have this injected straight into my veins like every couple of years." Like,
man, that movie they put it up on Max and they put it up on Disney Plus, and I never watched the second one.
Like, right? And so like this new game that's coming out, I'm like, okay.
I mean, I like a good Far Cry, but I don't know. We talked about this in the chat. Like, I feel like Far Cry is like in every other game for me.
I think they need to pause Far Cry, like they did with Assassin's Creed, just for a year, and really figure out what they want to do with it. Because wacky villain, I think, is dead.
I mean, when you can't get, the dude from Breaking Bad to be appealing,
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, like
the best actors working. Like, legitimately, he's amazing in everything. Even if he's playing the same character, he gives that. He is intimidating.
Oh, he killed the role in Far Cry. It's just the Far Cry game was just not good enough.
But I'm saying, like, I don't think, because I think the whole thing is kind of supported on the fact of all our villains are crazy, and that is not. They took the wrong lessons from 3, and they have not learned from it. 3. I mean, 3's story is actually really bad, but Voss is great because he's always sort of there, right? He's doing the same, like the implied like nature of Voss is he's doing the same things you are doing, but Pagan Min fucks off. Joseph Seed, I mean, they do some interesting things, but personally, they do interesting things with that character in the sequel, New Dawn, which was their, smaller Far Cry game, which is not the worst and not the best. It's Blood Dragon's still the best one, but like, it's okay. I think they did some really interesting stuff with that character. But I think people are done with this sort of wackiness. Like, I'm sorry, like, you've now had 4 fucking villains in a row where the villain is sort of cartoonish. And like, I hear more and more people talk back about like how good Far Cry 2 is now. And I don't think it's because the gameplay, because no, I played that game not too long ago. That game is still fucking miserable to play at times. But there's there's something being said in Far Cry 2. What's being said in Far Cry 3, 4, 5, and 6? We like money. That's what's being said. And a lot of Ubisoft comes off as we like money. And I think they need to go back to figuring out like how they remake Assassin's Creed into the franchise it once was after diminishing returns. They need to do that with Far Cry.
Yeah.
And unrelease Primal.
Well, you can't unrelease Primal, but also, Assassin's Creed had a good run, like right after they took that break. But then, like, we've got, My Rage.
Yeah, like
Mirage is like the most forgotten game 2 minutes after it was released I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, I think though at least we know that there's another Assassin's Creed that's like the more prestige titles they've been doing, right?
I don't know I know what Red is, but I don't know if it's like Odyssey or if it's like Mirage. I don't know.
I think they said it's like I think because they made a note of making Mirage stand out, saying like this is a return to the basics,
which clearly nobody wanted.
Clearly,
even though they said they did.
But yeah, like I think they need to, even if they fuck it up, they need to do that with Far Cry.
I don't know. I don't know what the next Far Cry is. They haven't talked about the next Far Cry, so
it feels like Far Cry is just becoming first-person Just Cause.
I mean, Just Cause fell off a cliff after 2, so
yeah. Well, I don't think they're really doing their best version of Just Cause either. I think if that's what they want to do, they have to again take a pause and really reevaluate what these games are.
God,
or
Just
what
Cause
they want them to be.
Just Cause is such a weird franchise because like there's one stellar game,
which is 2,
in my opinion, which is 2.
Yeah,
and then like 3 and 4 just got progressively worse. Whereas from going 1 to 2 was like 1 was a neat concept that didn't work, and then 2 was like okay, we perfected it. 3 and 4 is like yeah, and then maybe not so much.
Yeah,
I don't know. Video games are hard, man.
For sure.
So I'll run. So I ended up getting
also I quickly looked up what came out this week. Not much. Calico, Last Train Home, Roller Drome, Roots of Pacha, Gothic 2 Complete Classic. That's the one you picked up, I'm sure, for Nintendo Switch. That or the Biomutant Switch port. Black Clover M, Tevi. I'm not reading that because it's Japanese. Oh, I think this is that. Oh, god damn it. I think I know what this is. Give me a second. Yeah, that Mystical Ninja game, sort of ass-looking game, came out in Japan, which I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to have to buy. Tintin Reporter.
Okay.
Trip World. Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion.
I did. I've been playing that for a while, though.
SteamWorld Build. I
did not touch that, unfortunately.
It's not my type of game, so I won't. Dragon Quest Monsters and the Arkham Trilogy.
Boy, I've heard that's... Dude, we got declined a review code, and now I know why.
I watched video footage, and people are saying it's unplayable. I'd say it's close to unplayable.
Well, I mean, there's parts of it where it hits 0 FPS, man. That's...
I have unfortunately slogged through worse. I'm just saying, it's not unplayable. It just kicks you in the dick every 10 minutes.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't. I was curious because I was like, man, that's a good excuse to go back to Arkham. And then I see the reports out of that game. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I would. I mean, it's a pass for me. It's gonna be a pass from me, dog.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not paying for that. Like the Switch version of anything, I'm just kind of like, nah. But I did get 2 weeks worth of indies because of the holiday. So wow, yeah. I'm gonna save the good stuff for last. But let me roll through these. Zomborg is a terrible twin stick shooter. Um, Eldoran was pretty cool. I was playing, I was like, this is giving me a Castlevania vibe, and then I hit a bonfire, and I'm like, oh, nope, I'm done. Tetris is basically just here's some Tetris pieces, figure out how they fit in this predetermined block set. It's kind of neat. Eventually, they start telling you like, hey, this piece is orange; it has to fit into an orange slot. So it's interesting. Not a great game. Trash is fun. Might have the best title screen with like this chipmunk with a baseball cap on with some overalls. It's essentially like what's the name of the game where you cook shit? Fuck, Overcooked. It's essentially that, but you're recycling things and putting them into like a trash compactor, and you can play up to 4 players. It's kind of fun.
They've dropped off 50 million unsold copies of Assassin's Creed Mirage.
It actually like
Recycle it.
they actually like color code stuff, so you have to put like blue bottles in and build up the. It's pretty fun. I had fun with it. Another game I had fun with was called Timberman: The Big Adventure, which is basically like it's a co-op game where you can either play as this big burly bearded lumberjack or a giant bear with a baseball cap. And it's just like a straight up little platformer. I couldn't figure out how to not have a second person with me. Like I selected single player and the dude was still there, and then every time he'd go off screen, he'd turn into like the little Mario baby bubbles, and I would accidentally hit him
Wow.
every now and then, and he would reappear. So I don't. You've got to be able to turn that off because I selected single player. Um, the next game I played, I didn't understand what it was until I started playing it. It's called Heavy Burden. It is a first-person
Walking sim.
Jesus simulator.
Okay.
You're Jesus.
I. Okay.
Yeah.
Heavy burden? I don't know. You're not. You can't be Jesus.
I mean, it's the way the game plays it out. It's like God is talking to you, and He tells you to have faith. It shows Bible verses in between levels. Like,
Really? Because I'm looking at it and it's like it mentions Sisyphus.
let me see if we're looking at the same game because this is a very common name.
It's like a first person, the world's white sort of abstract.
Yeah, I swear to God, they reference Bible verses and talk about
I mean, it
Jesus.
might.
He makes me take a leap of faith right at the beginning of the game.
It's all about philosophy, I guess.
No, I'm reading the description. Boy, when you play it, they don't make you think it's about Sisyphus. They make you think it's about Jesus. If you even look at the cover, it looks like
Oh, we must be looking at a different game.
dude carrying the rock. Am I crazy? I don't know. I got Jesus vibes, man. I got total Jesus vibes from this.
Hold on, I'm looking at. Yeah, that's Sisyphus.
Well, I don't know
He's
who
carrying the
Sisyphus
rock.
is.
Yes, you do. Sisyphus is the guy from Greek mythology who's forced to push the boulder uphill for all end time. He'll never get to the top.
I mean, I may have read that story at one point, but it felt more like Jesus when I was playing it. You got a
Okay.
voice talking to you. He tells you to take a leap of faith. There's like fucking felt like Bible
Well,
verses in
Sisyphus.
between.
I'm pretty sure those are philosophical notes,
Oh, they could be.
not Bible verses.
I don't know. It's
But I
fine.
mean, it
Whatever.
does.
It's
It does.
weird.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I don't care enough to care. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it
not
was
my
a weird
thing.
game.
There's enough. There's enough of those out there, and I don't want anything to do with them. I have the
Uh
ones I like already. You know that it's. There's only so much space for first person puzzle games I can love.
oh, yeah.
And Portal gets automatically bumped to the top, so everybody else is screwed.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Welcome, Terrence.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
we're glad to have you. What else did I play? I played Pinball M, which I mean I feel like this thing's getting saturated with like pinball machines. Pinball M is
It
just
must be.
it's just
There
horror.
must be something now, right? There must be something now that allows you to have pretty easy pinball physics. That used to be a hard thing to program, but yeah, with the amount there is now, I have to assume somebody's built the base of an engine or some shit.
Well, this is Zen Studios, so it's like
Oh, this is Zen. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit different.
but this is just like a horror. It's weird because it comes across as a horror themed pit, so it's free to download, and it gives you one table. But then you can buy, and one of these things doesn't belong. You can buy Chucky's Killer Pinball, Dead by Daylight Pinball, The Thing Pinball, or Duke Nukem's Big Shot Pinball. Those are the four tables you can buy separately.
Balls of steel. Yeah, balls of steel.
That's exactly what I thought of was balls of steel.
But there already
I gotta
is
say,
a Duke Nukem Balls of Steel table.
Yeah,
But is this
it's
a
not that
different?
one.
Is this a different pinball?
Yes,
A different pinball game altogether?
it's
'Cause I
called
always
it's called Pinball M.
That should not
okay.
be.
Well, see,
I guess
don't
because it's
play-
mature. That's the reason why. So it's
that
they
makes
they
sense.
can't put it with the standard Zen stuff.
But isn't Duke Nukem Pinball in another collection?
No, I don't think so.
I think there is.
Well, maybe this
If
one
it is,
still
but
rated-
this
like
this
maybe
one
this
might
one-
be different.
Yeah, maybe this one cusses and has like boobies and stuff. Like it might be
Dude, it's a
different.
pinball board. What?
Like I was saying, I don't play these. I don't know. I always thought that there legit was just one pinball game, and every time a new one comes out, it was just like an expansion, like it was a new table. Basically, I didn't realize there was a different like maker.
Yeah,
of
this is
pinball
the
games
only.
and-
This is the only one from Zen. The problem, I'm like looking at Balls of Steel was the only other one I can find.
That's what I'm saying. There is a Balls of Steel.
Right?
pinball
Yes, I
game.
understand that. But what I'm saying, well, yes, but that's also old.
Yeah, this is like the sequel, man, or like the remake, the
But
remaster.
it's still
With
weird that it's in a collection with Chucky, The Thing, and Dead by
Oh,
Daylight.
sure. It's actually weird that Dead by Daylight is in a collection with Chucky and the Thing.
Again,
and
I
Duke
think it's
Nukem, but-
the M refers to the fact that they can have mature content in this one. Because if you don't recall, the Williams tables, they had to do some editing so they could keep their content rating.
That's fair, I guess.
So
Well,
if this means that they'll do tables that are mature, or they'll do tables that are untouched, cool.
What would make a M-rated table though? Like
Just the same content you would normally see in something else. So like if you wanted a Breaking Bad pinball table and it references drugs, I mean that instantly you're up on the mark, right? So
okay,
boobies was one that was constant on the old Williams tables where they've covered it up, and I think it's just mainly so they don't get in trouble. It's not about not keeping shit. Yeah, like the Duke Nukem table has like the strippers dancing and stuff. He blows up guys and they turn into bloody guts and stuff. So
Well, I didn't know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the box art for this one it looks like a horror thing.
Yeah, and I mean that's most of their tables too, right? And they do change the environment around the table to kind of match. I'm watching video footage clearly.
The tutorial is cool because like there's like almost like a Resident Evil 4 merchant dude that's like walking you through how the tables work, which is kind of cool. But I didn't know that it was free with the one table, and then each of the tables you can buy for like $5.50, I think. So I think
not great, but not terrible.
Yeah,
okay.
4 tables for probably around $20, a little over $20.
And they're the Zen tables, which means that they have like got really cool stuff that they can't do on real machines. Which is one thing that they did do to the Williams tables is they added all that type of stuff. and you could turn it off at any time. But some of the stuff like watching like the Chucky table was pretty neat. Like the Duke Nukem one, he's standing on the table, and when you hit certain targets, he blows up the guys in front of it.
Kinda
it's
cool.
not like they don't. It's not that, and like when you change the table, the room changes to match it, so the thing looks like you're in the Arctic base and everything. Like there's some pretty neat shit in it.
No, it's
so it's not
quality.
like they don't do the work, but yeah, I could totally it's just when you say like it's $5 for a table, I'm sure some people are like, ugh.
I mean, dude, that's cheaper than a Street Fighter costume.
That's true.
So I'm just, I'm just throwing it. It's cheaper, not to be. It's also cheaper than a Mortal Kombat costume. So
yeah,
y'all done fucked up and made Dead or Alive costume prices seem reasonable. I don't know how you did that, but you did it. And I finally did get to play my Jurassic Park Classic Games collection, and it's so good. It's so good. I love those games. They're so much fun. The presentation on this is really nice.
It's so good from nostalgia.
Actually, no. You play those Genesis and that Super Nintendo Overhead game, those are still good video games.
Which one's
yeah,
the bad one? Is it the Game
Boy
World games?
The Game Boy game's not great. You're talking about after 16-bit at that point.
Oh, okay.
The Lost World game on PlayStation is not.
I thought one of the side scrollers was notoriously bad.
Well, the first Genesis game and the second Genesis game seem like they're the same game, but they're really not.
Oh, okay.
And the second Genesis game is just a lot better. I think that's probably what you're thinking of.
Maybe. I knew that there was like one that was not good. Maybe it was the first Genesis game.
The NES game isn't great. But
yeah, but I mean, it's better than other licensed NES games.
Oh, 100%. Like this ain't no Total Recall, because fuck that game. Holy shit, man! There is a plethora. This is not an LJN property, so But no, this collection is cool. I do wish it had some of the more like the Sega CD and 3DO ones, because those are just so bad they're good kind of things. But what is here is good. It's got rewind. It's got save states. That stuff's nice. Like the presentation where every game is presented, like the lanyards. I think that's pretty cool. It's a fun collection.
You say the Super Nintendo was a top-down shooter?
Yeah, it's like a top-down.
I only played the Sega one. Nice. All right.
Yeah. The Super Nintendo one also had first-person Mode 7 sections, which were kind of cool.
Oh wow. Huh.
Yeah, it's a good game. I think that might be it. I did play, like I told you earlier, I played a bunch of Saturn shit. Just testing out some emulators, having fun with those. I've been fiddling a lot in the last week. I had to get everything set up, man. I had to get all the wires run. I had to get all the proper inputs set, and my picture settings had to be tweaked. I'm not done yet. I feel like there's going to need to be more. So, yeah, and then I played Turok 3: Shadow of Oblivion, which is really good. It is it's fond memories for me. A lot of people lost that franchise after Rage Wars, but Shadow of Oblivion is a good. We're coming back to the old style Turok. More 2 than 3 because it is in a modern setting, like you're in a city, as opposed to the jungle of the first one. Whereas the second one felt like it was in like a futuristic.
You were going through like space time.
Yeah,
you're going to other planets. Like
2 is weird.
The third
man.
one? Oh, and 2.
Two is weird.
In 2, the first one is what, the Docks of Meridian or something.
Yeah,
like
where
that.
you start off saving the kids and.
Yeah, and then the next level is you're in a swamp planet or some. Hold on, now I gotta look up.
That's another audio. That's another audio clip I would love to have on the soundboard is when you save the kids in Turok 2 and they're like, "Thank you, Turok."
Oh, that's the creepy. And then they show their face and you're like, "Oh, fucking Jesus."
She looks like she's straight out of Children of the Corn or some shit.
And what was weird is I remember there's a section in Turok 2 where one of the missions is you got to kill the the Blue Sisters or whatever.
Oh God, yes.
But the thing is like those characters are from like they do the same thing in Shadow Man, which was also published by Acclaim.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put this picture in the chat of the Turok children.
Primogen.
Yeah.
Primogen is the bad guy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because the first game, the whole thing is like you're in the jungle and you're kind of. It's like
Yeah, I played because we never owned a 64, so I spent the night at a friend's house and we rented the first Turok from like Blockbuster and we beat it that weekend. And so I never played the second and third one because we never owned a 64, but I liked the first one.
The first one, it's like you go through like it all feels like it's part of the same world, and then like it gets weird right towards the end where you take on like the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then, like, in the second game, like, Port of Adia is the first level. And it's, like, kind of looks like a mix between, like, British castles and, like, Mediterranean, like, design, because it's a big port city. And then it's the river of Slaughter by the River of Souls, which is, like, a big swamp. Or no, sorry, that's the death marshes that are the swamp. This one is this is a city. Man, the whole
Turok
Lair
is
of
a
the
weird
Blind
vibe.
Ones. Lair of the Blind Ones, you're in a cave system. The Hive of the Mantids is like a bigger cave that's like futury. And then you're on a light ship because the second game goes like full sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
And the first game had a lot of like spiritual stuff, and then you're fighting sort of science fiction, and then by the time they hit 3, they're like fuck it, and then Evolution, they're just like here's some fucking weird ass weapons. You're back in the jungle, shit's gonna get weird again. I don't know, that whole series has like no follow through in terms of plot.
No.
See,
Just
and
like
I
fucking shoot
only
stuff.
played the first one, and then I skipped everything up until I think the Disney remake was the last one I played, which I feel like I might have reviewed. I can't remember, but I know I played that game.
2 might be the best in the series.
2 is really good. 2 is very, very good. I like 3, but it feels, I don't know, 3 is the last great, like, of the series, because that Evolution is bad. And the Disney remake is not.
Evolution is bad, but Evolution like put in cheat codes. Fucking have fun.
Yeah,
it's one of those games.
You got to see that final boss.
Don't go in expecting great work. Just go in, just blow shit up.
Have a good time. I got you.
Yeah, you got to see the final boss.
2 is the one that has like the best structure. They'll give you missions inside these sort of open-ended levels. And the weapons in 2 is where the shit that's when that game starts going into the fucking hell yeah.
Cerebral
weird bore.
Greatest weapon in a first-person shooter.
And then there's some like other shit too. Like there's
there's other great weapons, but
the Razor Wind, which is that flying boomerang fucking thing.
I love these names of these weapons.
They just give you a gun called the Nuke.
Yeah.
Fuck it. The tech bow. The tech bow.
The tech bow is awesome. Tech bow's always been awesome, though.
Firestorm cannon, scorpion launcher, plasma rifle. They just eventually you're just going through like murdering shit. When you get that harpoon gun, so you don't have to use your fucking warblade anymore. Well, technically, sorry, I think you have the Talon first, and the warblade is the advanced version.
Mm-hmm. God,
you go fucking Wolverine on guys.
I'm so glad Turok is at least getting his remasters.
Yeah.
Love me some Turok. But that's it. I need to finish Super Mario RPG. I got to write a review, but I don't know. I kind of fell off of it pretty hard.
Where did you fall off?
Oh fuck, I don't even remember. Probably like 5 hours in, like right after the fucking frog. I think.
Fucking frog.
The
Frog
the
the
Man.
tadpoles, the Frog King.
Dude, that's so fucking early
I
on.
know. I got bored. I'm sorry.
Say he
Okay,
fell off.
I'm so far ahead of you. I didn't realize.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
at
He about to beat it.
I where am I? I can do the Keelix fight if I wanna feel bad. But I'm in the clouds right now.
Oh yeah, you're.
I forgot how well written that section is. There's two parts of this game that I like that stand out in terms of comedy, and it's this one with Dodo. I love the animation on Dodo. I forgot about Dodo. For some reason, this whole section in the game I totally forgot about. And then Booster, of course, which is just one of my favorite characters. Princess Peach starts crying. He opens his mouth and tastes it because he
That
doesn't
sounds
understand what's
dirty.
going. But it's not because he's an idiot because he doesn't understand. He even says it's salty. I don't understand what this is.
Oh Jesus Christ! This is not getting better by the minute.
It's really funny sounding though.
All right, we're gonna move on to Terrence, and you do know we can't talk about that one game, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, I just wanted to make
I know.
sure because I know like a lot of people don't give like, and they're just out there doing it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going
Is
to.
this the beta test that you guys did?
Alpha test.
It was
Whatever,
an
fuck it,
alpha
I'm getting
tech
fuck off.
test is
Test,
what it was. but-
the demo.
Everybody
the demo,
knows what we're
just
talking
called the
about
fucking demo.
because it's all over Twitter that everybody's playing a alpha tech
All
test
over.
of Suicide Squad. But like,
yeah,
I tweeted about this last night. Like, they're so worried about people talking about like, motherfucker, when you give somebody a code, you give them 3 buddy codes.
yep.
Somebody's
Well,
gonna
but the
say
thing
some shit.
says we'll see, but the email says like before I even like handed out mine, like it says like, make sure you trust the people you give it to because if they
Shit.
blab, it's gonna be linked to you and da 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 da. So like if they go down on somebody, I guess it's gonna go back to the person that was sent the original code. So I mean, I just gave mine out. Oh, what I said? Oh, I didn't even catch what I said.
You said when they go down on somebody.
God dang it! All right, whatever. That's fine. Anyways, but no, I wasn't gonna talk about that. I will be happy when we can talk about it though, because I do want to. But I'm not gonna breach that because I don't need those problems. I got enough. I don't need Warner Brothers to come after me.
Yeah, they'll throw you away like the Batgirl movie.
Exactly. No. What are you trying to say, Anthony?
I do have a question. Was it like how do I rephrase this? Was it like clearly a part of the finished game?
I mean, they give you, you start at the beginning if that's what you're asking.
Oh, okay, all right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you
That's
do,
what
yeah.
I was kind of curious because it's like I didn't know if they had built
No,
not
it
something
wasn't a special
unique,
thing.
but kind of made it so it was like
I know
not
what you're
attached to
saying.
the story at all. So you just kind of had the gameplay aspect. Okay,
No,
No,
and they're
I'm kind of
actually
impressed that they give some story content in something that they're calling
they
an alpha.
give a really good amount too in that little thing. Like again, I can't go into detail.
No,
of course,
I just
but
was curious about that aspect because
I feel like
think
this is
that's
what's
the
going to
part
happen
that-
when you buy the game and you start it. This is probably what's going to happen.
yeah, that's that.
for sure.
I
Think so.
Just because that from previews has been kind of getting, I mean, maybe rightfully shit upon. So I'm just curious on what they kind of showed. All right, that was it. We can move on.
Yep. No, you're good. So I played a bunch of stuff. I feel like the thing I spent the most in was, well, I can't actually talk about that either, yet. But Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen. That's a very good game.
Goddamn
It's a
right
really
it
good
is.
game. I think when I played it originally, I don't know if I was playing something else or if I wasn't just paying attention to how it went, but I feel like I missed so much. But this time going through, because I'm doing like a mage like character, and I'm like, damn, this game is good. Like I don't know, there's so much nuance. I think that I
wait
missed.
till you get about halfway through and you can combine classes.
Damn, I didn't even know you could multi-class. That's
Yep.
Whew, okay. All right, yeah, it's definitely really good. Like I just got to to, I guess, the main city in Grand Soren, which that's just a fucking maze. Like, and I like how the game doesn't tell you anything. So
Nope.
like even the map of Grand Soren is empty, so I literally have to find these spots before the icon pops up on the map. So like I'm running around trying to, explore this place. But there's a bunch of like people that you can get like side quests and stuff from. Um but yeah, that's Jesus. Yeah, it's a really good game. And I'm definitely hyped for the sequel. Some of those classes that they showed on that announcement um trailer that they had was really cool looking. Um what else? Oh, I played some Roller Drome. I played it on PS5 when it first came out, but it's on Game Pass. And that's still a good game.
I love that
Um,
game. It's like Tony Hawk Murder Simulator.
that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Like I have so much difficulty like because I forget. Like I'm either focusing on tricks or focusing on shooting. Like, and I need to mix the two. So like I'll be like running out of bullets. And I'm like, damn it, I need to do this grind to get some bullets real quick. Like I need to just do tricks all the
Dude,
time while I'm shooting. Like
they
you know what I mean?
they must have added it, but like there's an accessibility menu now where you can just like give yourself infinite slow time, infinite bullets, and all that shit.
Oh
And I
shoot!
and I'm just like I'm gonna turn all this shit on and just slow murder
Just have
people.
fun.
Yeah,
Hell yeah! I'm gonna have to do that. Nice. Yeah, because that it definitely is fun. But yeah, I know you're supposed to blend it together to be a wonderful ballet of death. So we'll get better with that. Speaking, I guess, of ballet of death, I tried that Killer Instinct update that launched. I don't know if you talked about that. Did you play that at all?
I did play it. It's good, but it's still got that wicked bug, like where when you boot up the game and it's like looking for DLC and then it fails, and then
Yeah.
you're looking for DLC and then it fails, and it's like,
I saw a lot of people that was like stuck in that loop. It did that to me once. Like it failed, and then the second time it got it, and I got in. And I played some multiplayer and played some matches, and it overall, yeah, it's pretty
it's a great
solid
game.
update. I mean, it's a good. I forgot how fast it is. Jesus Christ, Killer Instinct is fast.
Yep.
Um, like I feel like I wasn't, and I don't know if this was just me forgetting or if it was a bug. I saw some people were saying that there were some missed inputs that were happening. I felt like I couldn't actually end any of my combos. Like I could do starters and get the hits off, but like none of my enders, like the buttons didn't take. I don't know, but that it might have been a bug or it might have just been me. But yeah, that's a really good game, and I do hope Microsoft comes back and blesses us with a sequel.
I would
Since
really
they
hope one of the things they would do is streamline that game, because like, dude, if you own, like, if you're like me and you've been invested since it came out and you have every piece of the DLC, it literally installs like 80 things.
yeah, because I had that. Yeah, you talk. Yeah,
And
yep.
it's just
Because
like,
it's a long
why?
list.
Why? Like, I don't
Each
understand it.
character. Yep, the extra skins for the character. If you got the extra, like the gold character, like all of that is an individual thing that is installed. I'm like, bruh, why? Like you said, why? This could just be one
There's a
thing.
few games that do this. There's Dead or Alive, because it downloads all the characters, the movies, the modes. If you buy costumes, they're all separate, individual. And then Rock Band.
Jesus.
And on Xbox, if you have more than like 50 DLC pieces, the Xbox just like has a conniption fit. And it's like, I don't know what's
I did
going
not
on.
know
I
that.
can't find all the DLC. And it's like, ugh.
I did not know that. That's messed up.
Dude, I have
Yeah, they did streamline it.
426 Rock Band songs, and if you ever try to load that and watch the Xbox just try to deal with that, it is just oh my god, it's miserable.
Shit, that's wild. Yeah, I don't own anywhere near that many. But it's funny because I was thinking about that game the other, and actually that's probably in the news. I'm sure about the Fortnite stuff about that, the rhythm stuff. Um, but anyway, what else did I play? I played some more Gangs of Sherwood. Basically, I kind of like last playing stuff so I can finish up, so I can write the review. So Gangs of Sherwood, the Naruto game. I'm just going to write the review on Alan Wake 2 because I feel like I'm going to wait forever for it to finally be fixed because I enjoy that game, but I'm just going to hold it against it that it's the audio sync issues are just terrible. It's terrible, and I'm assuming they'll fix it at some point.
Yeah, it's always funny when
Um,
I see them tweet. They're like, "Oh, we're bringing New Game Plus." I'm like, "Motherfucker, fix the game
I
first."
saw that. Yep, I saw that, and I started to tweet under it. And I was like, "Nah, let me just chill out because, man, why are we bringing all this new content and we ain't even fixed the game? What are we, Studio Wildcard? What are we doing here?" Because,
No, they
speaking
just
of
make a
them,
new game. They just make a new game.
yeah, yeah, Ark Survival Ascended, which I messed with to get some more. Oh God, I just don't understand how they made a new game, but it still suffers from the exact same problems that the old game did, or has. So I don't understand. And we still ain't got Ark 2 starring Vin Diesel. So I don't know, where that's at. I guess that's gonna be out in 25. But
Oh, they said
just
they
That
delayed
shit,
it.
that shit ain't coming out. I mean,
Don't forget they
they
have
gonna
another
skull and
game.
bones it.
Don't forget
well, I
they have
mean,
another
hold
game.
on. These
They
motherfuckers
do.
just keep reusing the same shit over and over and over again, and they don't finish anything, and they sell you DLC before the game is finished. Fuck this fucking studio.
Well, they have another
Yeah.
game that they ain't touched in what year? Like Atlas?
Atlas.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Damn, I own it. Damn, I am a sucker. Yeah,
A-
I own Atlas.
This is why they
Jesus
keep making
Christ.
more games because y'all keep fucking buying them.
Atlas, which like somebody figured out was just Ark
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
reskinned.
Yep. If you when it first came out, if you opened up the command menu, it just opened up. It was the Arc commands, like the Arc
Yeah,
commands and everything worked.
you could spawn World War II fighter planes.
It's like oh man, like this studio, I don't. Anyways, okay, it's crazy because the concept is cool, and I like those kind of survival type games. But it's just like instead of focusing on fixing and getting a solid foundation, they just in it for money and come out with expansions and new shit and skins and stuff for you to buy. And it's like, damn, just fix the basics, man. Like,
I
I
mean,
don't
why?
understand.
Why when
I
you
have
can make more money?
I have a
Yeah.
solution. Play the forest.
So you know what? I actually have thought about. I want to play the Sons of the Forest because that one is multiplayer. Because I've heard a lot about that. Like I actually was going to talk
The first one,
about that.
the first one's multiplayer too.
Oh, is it?
Yep,
I didn't know that.
you can play
Okay.
that. You all play the dad. So like story wise, it doesn't make sense that there's 4 people there, but the multiplayer does exist.
I mean,
Oh,
in Halo, you all play Master Chief. I mean, it's
true.
different.
Yeah.
Only in what
Well,
the first two.
the first two. Yeah.
Because in the
They
third
count.
game, the second player plays as the Arbiter, and I think every character after that plays as a random Marine.
I mean, that's fine, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying it
Is
don't
the Forest on
matter.
console?
None of this matters.
None of this matters. None of this matters. I watched the. See, God, I can't wait till we get our that launch that. I watched the Aqua Teen show too. That was funny.
I haven't
They
seen
have
it
2
yet. I
episodes
need
up.
to. I need to
Oh
watch
man,
it.
oh, it's so good. And they have the intro, which is the same but like different. Like you'll know what I mean when you see it. Like I was like vapid. I was like, okay, I like this. Like it's I love Aqua Teen. Um, what else did I play? I played some South Park, some more Fractured Butthole. Um, also a very good game. And I came across this. I saw it was installed on my hard drive that I hooked up to this Xbox. Little Nightmares. Is that a good game? Have y'all
Mhm.
played that?
Yeah, it's a very good
Oh
game.
yeah, do you like stuff like Limbo, Inside, Another World,
I do.
Flashback, that type of shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's one of the best looking ones of those.
It's also very disturbing.
Yeah, it
Okay.
feels I think I don't remember if it reminds me of Coraline in a way.
That's what it looked like. And that's like my
It's
daughter's
got
favorite
that
movie.
it's got that Leica Studios sort of look, except that it's a
Mhm.
little more disturbed than that. Um uh it reminds me a lot of the animation of James and the Giant Peach, because that is a fucked up looking animated movie when
It
it's
definitely
that
is.
stop animation. So it's got that sort of thing going on. Tarsier does a really good job. I'm still irritated they're not doing the third. But yeah, both those are worth playing.
Well, I will. Yeah, I must have got it from Games with Gold or something because I don't remember ever buying it, but it was installed, and I'm like, huh. I have to ask them. I don't even know if this is
Nope,
okay.
it's a great game.
Um. Okay. Cool. I messed with Steam World Build for a little bit because it came out on Game Pass. Um.
You're the only
I
one of
mean.
us that's played it, and it's a
Yeah,
new release.
I didn't
Go
even
on.
touch it.
So I didn't play it long. That's funny because I was about to say I think I might just I don't know I might have kind of grown out of that because I like the Sim City kind of city the world builders or city builder games, and I figured this one because I like SteamWorld Dig. I like the RPG that they have with the cards. Like I like that they keep kind of reinventing themselves, but like in the same world, just different genres. Like I've enjoyed all their games, so I was like, oh shit, this will be good.
Do you know
No,
do you know what
go ahead.
genre their first game is in the Steam World series?
I don't. I thought the first Dig was the first one. Is it not?
No, their first game was a tower defense game for
Oh
like
wow.
DSiWare. Like it was not a big title, but they stuck with it and did Dig, and Dig took off like crazy.
Dig 2 is one
Nice.
of the best Metroidvanias of our generation.
I
I
like,
love Dig too.
and
Yep.
then what was the There's Hands of Gilgamesh, which is
That's
their
the one with the
card,
RPG cards, yeah.
and then
There's a space one that I played
Steam
too.
World. Yeah, I have it, and I can't
It was on
remember what it's called.
3DS, I think. I can't remember what it's called
It's on.
either.
It was like on everything. Steam World.
I
I'm
mean, I'm
sure
sure there's a
someone is like
wiki of all their
listening.
games.
Oh, I'm sure.
Heist.
Heist, yes, that's wow. I thought I'd remember
Which is
that.
the
Yes, I like Heist.
turn-based strategy
Yep,
that's played
Heist
as
was
a
good.
side scroller of all fucking things.
Yeah, right? Yeah, Heist was good. Like I said, I've liked all of their games. I did not know the Tower Defense, but I'm sure I would have liked that because I like Tower Defense games. Like the Kingdom Rush, like I played that whole series. Um But this, I don't know. It's just, and maybe it's just that it's really slow. And I found and I feel like we talked about this last week or maybe week before last. I found here lately that like I just want to get in the game. You know what I mean? Like just let me play. I don't need to see a long introduction. I don't need long
Games
amounts
need
of
to shut
hand
the
holding.
fuck up.
Yeah, like I just want to play. And this had like a long the old man is telling me about, oh, we gotta and then you move this over here and the cursor. And I'm like, yes, I understand this. Like, can I just have an option that says that yes, I'm 40 years old and I've played video games. Okay, cool. We just gonna throw you right in. You know what I mean? Because you know what to do. Like I don't need but
Yeah,
anyways.
but it automatically drops the difficulty down to easy when you select that option.
100%. That's how I roll.
It skips
Yep.
tutorials, makes everything like just happen on one button.
What's wrong with that? That's context sensitive. Like
Exactly. That's all.
context.
Yeah. Just you call it the cool shit button. That's all I need. I'm gonna hit that button when I want cool shit to happen. Like that's yeah. Put that in your game, developers, and we Gucci. But yeah, so Steam World Build, I will revisit it, and especially since none of y'all played it, like I'll put some more time in it so I can give some more context. But it just seems like it's a city builder, just kind of set in that Steam World um universe. But yeah, it was really slow getting started for me. Um Beyond that, I feel like that's it because I did play a lot of the Suicide Squad, but I can't talk about that. So, but yeah, that was pretty much it of the other stuff. I played some more Warhammer and I finished up the review for that. Wow, God, I want to love that game. Like I want to like it more than it is, but it's just so.
Which Warhammer?
Oh, sorry. There's multiple. Yes. Well, the one I can't talk about yet because that's not out yet. But the Realms of Ruin is what
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about.
Like I was gonna say, like there's one coming out on Friday, and I'm like, is that
Yeah.
what?
There's Warhammer games come out every week. That's how they roll. I feel like I referenced that in the Realms of Ruin review too, because
I
yeah,
can't
there's
keep track
always
of all this
Warhammer games.
stuff. Like all these phrases sound made up, and then they put stuff like Sigmar of Ashes or some shit. I don't know.
Yep, yep. Like who the fuck is that? Yep, I feel it. I feel it. Um, but yeah, that's all I played. That's it.
Yeah, it's been a light week as far as like big stuff, and I'm looking at the release list here, and there's not a whole lot more coming. We'll start off with Series X, PlayStation 5. We got Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, Disney Dreamlight Valley: A Rift in Time, Farming Simulator 22, Leica Aged Through Blood, While the Iron's Hot, Forklift Extreme Deluxe Edition, Smallland Survive the Wilds, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which...
Oh, that is this week.
Curious how that'll pan out. PlayStation 5 is a lot of the same stuff, but we're also getting Arashi Castles of Sin Final Cut, Arizona Sunshine 2, Enclave HD coming to PlayStation. The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. I didn't know that was coming to
The
PlayStation.
It got pushed back. It got pushed back on PlayStation, but launched on PC. I don't think they care at this point, though.
Nah. Hive Swap Friend Sim, Pester Quest, and Pester Sim. Okay.
I thought you were going to say Peter Quill, and I was like, damn, they're making a Star-Lord game? How did I miss that?
I mean, they already did, and it was awesome, and you should play it.
It was awesome. I have. It was fantastic.
Y'all motherfuckers that didn't play it can go straight to hell. PlayStation 4, there's nothing different. Xbox One, we've got Chessorama. What else we got here? Test Expected Behavior. Whatever the fuck that is.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. Nintendo Switch. Of course,
Wait, hang
this
on.
list
Before
is
you,
long.
I'm sure it is. Before you, did Anthony play the Dragon Quest game? Did that come out?
It came out on
online
Friday,
copy.
and we didn't get a code, and he tried to buy it, and he couldn't buy it.
They don't have
Oh.
copies at EB Games. Thanks for coming out, you stupid fucking... Like, what good...
What
well,
the
they're not
heck?
EB Games anymore. They're GameStop. Here, hold on. Let me see. GameStop.ca. I'm gonna type in Dragon Quest so I can... I just wanna quote what it says on the... So it comes up, first game comes up in the list. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. I click on it.
And they're like, this game does not exist.
Options come up. Home delivery is checkmarked. Collect in store is not.
Oh, wow.
Like, so I can't even check to see if the stores have any in stock. I'm probably going to go to Walmart today to see if they got a copy.
I'm gonna say no at Walmart.
Walmart gets weird. Walmart gets all the Square Enix stuff generally.
Yeah, but the problem is that they put it at the bottom shelf and like bury it in the back. And if you ask the 17-year-old dude there to get it, and he'd be like, "I don't know what you're talking about, man."
Yeah.
That's the
I
reason why
love
I'm like,
that.
thank God I can point with my finger and be like, that one there.
See, yep, I do that. Like, I just go look for it first because I already know the dance. They're going to be like, I don't think we got that. Nigga, yes, you do. It's right there.
I got
Go ahead.
that's the reason why I always say I would like something out of the case, and then I walk over and don't give them time to ask the question, and then just stand in front of it and point. I'm like, that one. The one time, so I bought back the pre-Black Friday sale, I picked up Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe because it was like under $60, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm a Kirby whore. I'll play all the Kirby games.
Kirby whore.
And they had it in two spots, and one spot was like clearly the wrong product, and I was like, hey man, like, just gonna give you a piece of advice. You might want to move those. And then he's like, well, it's not the right product price, or it's not for that product. We just put it there because it's overstock. And I'm like, I don't think you understand. Like, I worked retail, bud. Do you not think someone's gonna see the lower price and fight you on it? You put this product in that price spot. Like, I don't give a shit what it says. Like, someone's going to fight you on this. I'm not. I'm telling you now, don't do this.
He don't care. He makes minimum
nice.
wage.
Right. Well, you know what? He can say, I don't care. I get paid minimum wage. I'm like, yeah, which is the reason why you don't want to have to fight these people on this stupid pricing.
Exactly.
bro, just make your life easier. Just take that shit off the fucking shelf. And when they go, it's empty here, you go, yeah, because it's like the price, because they don't even change the prices now. It's all like remote controlled.
Digital age.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm glad I don't work retail anymore.
Me,
All right.
God.
Nintendo Switch. Y'all ready for this?
No.
We got a Highland song, A Long Journey to an Uncertain End. Boy, that sounds grim. Born of Bread.
That was announced. Wasn't that announced like on the last Nintendo Direct thing?
Might have been, but it's out on Tuesday. Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star.
Yo.
Skater XL. While the Iron's Hot. Battle Stations Blockade. City Driver.
That game came out. Hold on, that game came out in
Fisting?
Fisting.
Okay.
It came out in March. Regardless, you know what I'm talking about. That
Yeah,
game came back out in March, so I don't know.
Physical? I don't know.
Oh, it might be the physical
Maybe.
version. Well, wait, no, was it the first version, the physical version?
I thought the first version was.
I don't know. It's on this list. Why are you asking me? I'm just reading the list.
I'm looking.
You're right.
I'm looking.
You're right.
Don't question me. I didn't write this list. I just read it.
By the way, because I was like, I wonder if it's a limited run sort of thing, and I don't see it here. But just a heads up, Turtles in Time's 2 CD soundtrack is on sale on limited run.
Isn't Gex supposed to be out before the end of the year? Didn't they say that was coming out before the end of the year?
I don't remember.
Motherfucker, that's the collection I want right there. Give me some
TMNT 2 Back from the Sewers CD soundtrack. You can get them on cassette too.
Why?
Right. Who got a cassette player? My grandfather. He got one. This one.
Dude, I ain't had nothing that plays tapes like VHS or fucking audio tapes, and I couldn't tell you how long.
Oh man, it's the arcade and the Super Nintendo soundtrack. The 2 discs are each 1 disc each.
That's kind of cool.
I don't need it, but I really, man, Turtles in Time. That
you gotta tell me. I love that game. Both
me and Drew were talking about that in our chat, and I know Sewer Surfing is everybody's like favorite track, but like Starbase, where no turtle has gone before, is personally mine, especially the arcade version where it has the little hey. I'm like, I fucking love that game. Man,
I don't know. Sometimes I just boot up the TMNT collection, just listen.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm like, I can't justify it. Like it just.
I do that with the Mega Man Legacy collection. I also do that with that's the only reason I boot up Smash Brothers anymore. Is to listen to the music.
And some of those remakes are so good in Smash Brothers. The one I used to do was Mystical Ninja 64 had a sound test option.
Mm-hmm. I booted up Croc.
We're gonna talk.
I booted up Croc this weekend just to listen to the title theme.
Dude, if you want to hear like one of the best soundtracks on the N64, it's the Mystical Ninja soundtrack.
It is good because he told me about that game, and I booted it up a couple weeks ago and played it. And that soundtrack actually, that is some good music in that game.
All right, what else we got here? We got Crystal Chip Collector E. Defend the base tower turret shooting range.
Space!
That's right. Dreamers, a nostalgic adventure. Arrow Gods Asgard. Alright, this is the hot one. Hot Love Dreams Classic Hentai Logic Puzzle. I feel like that's just another scramble of the words from another game.
Yeah.
Nessie the Robot. Outer Worlds Archaeologist Edition. Rally Alley Alley. Stone Age. Sunsoft, Mahjong, Solid. I saw Sunsoft and got excited, and then the second word was Mahjong, so it died inside. Mahjong Solitaire, Shanghai Legend. Zezeal, Yukar from the Abyss. Air Aces, Air Twister. Dolphin Spirit, Ocean Mission. Enter the Gungeon and Exit the Gungeon. Pheromonium, Golf Guys, Helix Jump, Mob Control, Star Wars Heritage Pack, The Smurfs Colorful Stories, Veeg Bubble Shoot, World of Horror, and Shan Chuan Sword Mists Beyond the Mountains.
World of Horror is already out, so I don't know if that's a physical release too or not. But
It
don't
might
play the
be.
Switch version. The Switch version's not good.
It's not good.
I looked up Rally Alley Alley.
Mhm.
I don't have anyone to play it with, but oh my god, it looks insane. The idea is that the road is rolled up, and the idea is to be the one that's controlling who is unraveling it and making road. So the party game is to fight for control of who is pushing the road out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like crazy, and all the little cars look like these little toy cars I had way back in the day. So I kind of appreciate that. But yeah, what a weird concept.
All right. Oh, let's do the news. Nintendo news: F-Zero 99 gets a classic race mode this week. Reduced screen ratio, narrower courses, max of 20 players, no spin attack or skyway, no power meter, and turbo can only be used once per lap. PlayStation and NCSoft have signed a strategic global business partnership. They will collaborate in various global business fields, including mobile. Neil Druckmann said he can't give updates on The Last of Us 3 or The Last of Us multiplayer game, but he said, quote, "We have other projects in the works at Naughty Dog." Okay. Your PlayStation Plus games for the month of December are Lego 2K Drive, Power Wash Simulator, and Sable. And Bungie has removed the $15 Destiny 2 starter pack from the store after fan backlash. Xbox news, we got some new Xbox Game Pass games, including Remnant, Remnant 2, SteamWorld Build, Far Cry 6, and more. It seems like Xbox is going to have some big announcements at the Game Awards, which are taking place on Thursday. Phil Spencer said Microsoft is talking to partners to launch a new mobile game store to compete with Apple and Google. Halo Season 2 has been announced for Paramount Plus, will launch on February 8th, 2024. You can watch Season 1 for free on YouTube currently until February 8th. Windows Central did an interview with Phil Spencer this week because somebody at Microsoft made a comment and the fanboys went wild. But he says there are no plans to bring Game Pass to Switch or PlayStation. He says there may even be a roadmap for improvements to Xbox achievements. Brazil is the second biggest PC Game Pass market right now. And when asked about reviving old IPs, Phil said it might not happen on the timeline that people would love, but usually when I tease, there's something there.
How about you fucking put out anything, you son of a bitch?
Dang.
Like, I'm just so goddamn tired of them just acquiring shit. Where's all the shit that all the studios you previously bought? Like, where is that? I'd like to play it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Anthony, you wouldn't like to play it because you can't.
But you know what I mean.
No,
like,
I know. I want to play.
Even then, like, what benefit does it serve me to upgrade anything? I've already said I don't have an interest in PlayStation's titles anymore. It's just it ain't like that between us anymore. After I fell off Horizon, I just wasn't feeling it. Not to say that I won't play God of War, but it's just Ragnarok. It's just I'm not in any rush. But like I still think like there's just nothing that says upgrade to an Xbox Series X or S even.
I mean, that price the Series X was at this weekend made me want to upgrade. I already have one.
The price
I saw
is not.
that. Like
the price was not.
or something?
Yeah, it was $350 with Diablo 4, which is crazy.
The price was not low enough in Canada for me to go. Yeah, that's what I'll go and do.
I bet that sold a
So-
lot of systems, man. Jesus.
I'm sure it did.
Is it
It's just
too expensive to import? Like, would it be more for you to import one?
it ends up being about the same price after currency exchange and shipping and all
Okay.
that shit. Like,
Gotcha.
even if I got it on sale in the States and paid less than I'd pay up here,
hmm
it still
The
just doesn't
shipping
end
would
up
be
being. Yeah, and it's like, technically, I think we do pay the same. Like, if you convert our dollars, like, I think I pay what like the standard American pays now. So sometimes it
Yeah.
comes off just a little less too because after taxes and shit. But it's like just it's still a lot of money for what I think is like not necessities. They're niceties right now. Like, yeah, I'd love to have stuff run
I
better,
get
but
it.
at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they're not running so poor that it's unplayable. It's not the Switch version of Arkham Collection. You know what I mean? Like, none of that stuff is. And they don't have anything that I'm like, wow, I really need a new Xbox to play that outside of Hi-Fi Rush, which is the only game I give a shit about.
No, that's fair.
I got you. Yeah,
And
totally.
so when I
100%.
say that, like, I'm not worried about, yeah, you just bought Activision. Trust me, I'm not thinking about all the old Activision IPs that you can remaster or bring back or whatever. I'm thinking about all the fucking shit you've already bought and has not proven to be worthwhile at all. Like, I'm just irritated. Like, nothing has been turned out that wasn't already in development long before they had purchased them.
Well, hopefully we see some of those this year.
Starfield bust. Redfall bust. Your Forza game is fine. It's a Forza game, though. Like Clockwork, I'm sure it'll be a really great sim, but it's not for everybody. It's a pretty niche title. It's the same with, like, there's a reason why they can get away with doing a Gran Turismo every, 6 fucking years, it seems. Because, it's a niche title, and they hold up really well. But it's just like I don't see a reason to buy an Xbox. I just don't.
He also says they're still working on streaming PC games and games you own, and he said the Game Pass family plan is still on the table.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
I need that now. We got 3 Xboxes and I can only share one. I need the family plan.
See, yeah, right, yeah.
Releases: Killer Instinct Anniversary Edition, which we talked about. Quantic River was announced for PC. Scum is coming to Xbox. Apparently, this is a big game that I don't know anything about.
That's a PC thing.
I think it's a
Wow, okay.
Devolver release too.
Yeah, it's in early
Yeah.
access. It's been in early access since 2018. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon's Dogma 2 got a release date of March 22nd. Hey, look, another farming simulator. Rusty's Retirement is an idle farming simulator. It launches Q1 2024. Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition was leaked on Saturday night or something, and then it was playable, but it's apparently not coming out till next year, which is hilarious.
We're never getting Beyond Good and Evil 2.
No, we're not. You should have known that by now. Baron Breakfast is coming to
I'm
PS4 or
sorry.
5 on December 12th.
I'm sorry that fucking Ubisoft doesn't make anything that they fucking used to anymore. I'm still waiting for a goddamn Rayman game.
Yeah, you just keep waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
Final Fantasy Ever Crisis coming December 7th to Steam. Sons of the Forest finally leaves early access on February 22nd. The Rumble.
wow.
Okay, which one is Ever Crisis?
Is that
That's
the mobile game?
Mobile one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's the mobile one. But it plays like Final Fantasy. It's actually not bad. It's really pretty too. It plays like Final Fantasy 7. So it's like turn-based combat, but of course there's free-to-play stuff.
No, that's fine.
We're back in the fucking PS1 era where there were like 600 Final Fantasy 7 games across like multiple platforms.
Yep. That is where we are now.
The Rumblefish Plus. The Rumblefish Plus launches December 21st on everything. The Legend of Legacy HD Remastered is coming March 22nd.
I wonder. Okay, so this is kind of a weird one. I wonder why we're just getting Legend of Legacy and not Alliance Alive.
I don't know.
It just, yeah, it's one of those weird things where it's like, I have Legend of Legacy on my 3DS because I bought it as the shop was closing, but I don't think Alliance Alive ever went on sale, and I don't know why Alliance Alive doesn't get any credit, because it's like, I'm pretty sure the same team or the same artist at least. Anyways,
I'm still getting used to saying this, but the GTA trilogy is coming to Netflix on December 14th.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to say. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl is still slated for Q1 in 2024.
That's one of the few things that Microsoft showed where I completely understand why it's not out.
Ultros launches February 13th. Pacific Drive launches February 22nd. Drowned Lake was announced for PC. Iron Hive is announced for PC. Harold Halibut launches early 2024. Wild Bastards, a new game from the guys who made Void Bastards, was announced for PC.
Oh, sorry, what was that game?
Wild Bastards?
As a fan of Void Bastards, I'm really interested in.
Well, it's coming.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay. They really upped their... So the enemies are no longer flat, it looks like, Ken.
That game looked cool,
like...
I just didn't like the roguelike shit
yeah.
of it.
And this looks like that still, but like... Poof. Prettier.
Was it on Game Pass? Like it was cell shaded?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah, that's the game.
Okay, I played it. Yeah.
You're hopping from spaceship to spaceship kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Tchia is coming to Steam in March 2024. Under a Rock is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. And a new adventure mode update for Dwarf Fortress drops in April of 2024.
Your PC will be able to barely handle it.
Resident Evil 4 Remake VR launching December 8th. What else we got on here? December 7th, this week, Xbox is getting a big collection of in-end games, which I'm super excited for. We're getting Pocky and Rocky Reshrined, Ultra Core, Cotton 100%, Panorama Cotton, IRIM Collection Volume 1, and Clockwork Aquario. I think I enjoy all of those games. I'm excited for them to come to Xbox.
Ultra Core is the only game I've not given a score. Yeah, there's a section where there's platforms that like sort of sink down, and then you're supposed to like jump at the peak of them. And I swear to God, there's this one section that I could not get that shit to work. And then I went back to it later and got it to work just fine. But then I hit another snag later on. It's just like, really, this game was canceled? I can't believe it was canceled.
Ultra Core is the game for the Genesis that was never released, right?
Yeah, it was originally called Hardcore.
That's right. Okay, I just want to make sure I was thinking of the right game.
Turrican People.
Yes, Turrican People, yes. It was included on some retro console, I think, like a...
the Analog SG.
That's right, the Analog SG.
It was built into it, and then they released it separately.
This is one of those moments where Terrence is like, I don't understand how y'all remember this shit. I can hear him.
Bro, I was just... you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. I was sitting over here like, what? These niggas is really remember this?
And then I believe the Super Turrican Director's Cut and Super Turrican 2 Director's Cut were originally on the Analog ST, which I think is the
Super Nintendo
Super
one?
Nintendo. Yeah. So they had a Factor 5 game on both of them.
It's crazy.
Okay.
You'll get there someday. Rumor is, according to Insider Gaming, Skull and Bones launches February 16th.
Yeah, right. That game ain't never coming out, but that's fine.
All right, delay time. Destiny 2 expansion, the final shape.
When you actually are getting like wood and stuff, like you can come
Almost
off the
made it.
ship.
Yeah, that's
Almost
correct.
made it. I was like, when you moved on and started talking, I was like, damn, we made it through it. Nobody played this. That's great. Almost made it.
I
All
knew
right,
I
go
knew
ahead.
Anthony had my back. I knew it was okay.
God damn.
Destiny's the final shape has been delayed to June 4th. Pixelshire 1.0 delayed to 2024. Sam and Max, the Devil's Playhouse remaster delayed to spring. What else we got here? Megaton Musashi Wired delayed to April 25th. Professor Layton in the New World of Steam has been scheduled for 2025. Jesus. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn has been delayed to summer 2024. Demon School delayed to Q2 2024. And Turnip Boy Robs a Bank has been delayed to January 18th.
God bless the Turnip Boy is getting a sequel.
He needed more prep time for that bank robbery, I guess.
Tax invasion, and now robbing a bank.
Yeah, this dude is wild. Was it a good game? Like, I didn't play it.
Bad. It's not bad.
Okay. All right.
According to the ESA, 72% of the 500 asked U.S. children want game-related products for Christmas. Subscriptions are the most popular at 39%, consoles at 38%, game accessories at 32%, in-game currency at 29%, and physical games are only 22%. Yeah. Take that, physical people. Jeff Keighley has confirmed that the Game Awards will no longer have world premiere. They got rid of it.
The voice?
They got rid of the title card. Yeah, I was like, that's like changing the name of Twitter. That's just stupid.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody was ever upset with the world premiere part of the Game Awards. I think it was the slight air of scumminess of the whole thing, calling itself an award show.
I mean,
also, bitch didn't have security. Wait, come on, man. How did that kid get up on stage to this day?
Right. Like, I already just don't even like that nigga. He just fucking up. Like, I liked the world premiere guy. Like, I mean, dang.
Yeah, that was kind of like a thing. That was like its identity for a while.
It's like the Resident Evil. Yeah. When you start up Resident Evil and you hear the voice. Like,
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Resident Evil. Like, come on, man. Like,
Bloober Team says the development of Silent 2 Remake is progressing smoothly, and it's up to Konami to give out new information.
Okay. Huh. Sound like we passed the buck there.
I mean, I don't know. It is technically up to Konami because I'm sure they're working under an NDA and are getting asked questions, and this is the way to be like, don't ask us. We can't tell you. If you want information on what the fuck's going on, like, ask Konami, who is the person that should be handling that. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad.
Dan Houser's new company, Absurd Ventures, announced 2 new projects. American Caper, which is a graphic novel, and A Better Paradise is a 12-episode audio fiction series. Okay.
Yay.
Okay.
The GTA 6 trailer is dropping on December 5th at 9 a.m. Are you ready for Twitter to die?
No, sir. Are you ready for this trailer on Tuesday?
I don't.
Are you going to forget? Don't forget.
I don't care.
I'm just saying. Because, it's wild. It's reminders everywhere. My kids came to me and was like, hey, did you know that the GTA trailer was dropping out too? I'm like, yep.
Did you know?
Because
Did you know? Did you know?
I did. I got like 4 emails, all of Twitter, because I think it must have been somebody must put out an invisible contract or something that everybody had to mention it at least once, because I think everybody on my list mentioned that trailer one time. Mm-hmm. Like, I saw it from everybody. I'm like, damn, okay, it's coming out. Like, and I guess I'm just getting old because I'm just like, cool. Like, I'll probably play it, you know what I mean? But I'm no longer hyped on it. Like, man, it feel like GTA 5 done been out for the last 25 years.
I mean, you ain't far off.
Like, it's just crazy, man. Like, oh, shoot. So, I don't know. But, yeah, we'll watch this trailer. We'll see what's up.
Valve announced that announced Steam Link support for MetaQuest 2, 3, and Pro. Atari Atari 50 is getting a new holiday-themed update on Tuesday with 12 new Atari games. And Baldur's Gate 3 dropped a big patch, a playable epilogue with an additional 3,589 lines of new text with patch 5. What else we got here? Capcom will be... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, because the award show is Thursday, right? It's this week.
Thursday,
right?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it won't, because I don't know. They haven't announced the date for the Xbox Baldur's Gate 3 yet, have they? Because I just feel like it's going to... And I feel like you mentioned this too. I feel like they're going to shadow drop it.
They have
Thursday.
to at this point because they said it's coming out in 2023, and I don't know if you looked at your watch lately.
Yeah.
But 2023 is
Time to
about
wrap it up.
done.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like you're right. It's gonna be shit. At the end of the trailer, it's gonna be like available now type of deal. Like it's gonna be one of those.
I'm curious if Microsoft secured that Game Pass bag.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, because that would be.
Because you feel like they would have announced the release date by now if they were going to pre-order and sell it. Like I don't know. We'll see.
But if it's Game Pass, oh man. Woo. Okay.
Capcom will be delisting some collab DLC for Monster Hunter Rise on January 21st. This includes the Sonic the Hedgehog, Universal Studios Japan, and Singanin, whatever that is. What else we got here? Yasuhiro Kitao said Elden Ring's DLC, The Shadow of the Erd Tree, will not release anytime soon. It's still some ways off, but we are making good progress. Like Bloodborne and other games, there will be new battles and new characters. In other news, water is wet. Capcom has confirmed that they plan to release more Resident Evil remakes.
When asked about my willingness to make more money, I said absolutely I'd be willing to make more money.
100%. Fortnite Battle Pass launched this weekend and includes Peter Griffin from Family Guy and Solid Snake.
Yep.
And apparently the next Battle Pass has TMNT.
Oh, that's cool. It's got Old Snake too. Is the like the alternate skin?
Dude, it's buff Peter Griffin.
I know, I saw that, but I think his alternate skin is fat Peter Griffin, which I don't understand why his original skin just wasn't fat Peter Griffin.
But his glider is the Peter Copter, and that is perfect.
Saw that. Yeah. I may have to get this battle pass just to get those skins.
Yeah,
I've never played a second of this game.
I have, and I thought it was trash.
You know what?
Are we really allowed to have that statement made?
I just made it. So what are you going to do?
I guess.
Don't you have ranks to lose, sir?
I've lost plenty. Don't you worry about that. It's the end of the season where every game is terrible.
Opposed to the beginning of the season where every game is also terrible. But
Anthony, the beginning of the season, I went 32-16. I had great games. Last night, I felt like I was playing with people who had never played the game.
That's so weird how it ebbs and flows like that. Jesus Christ, man. Like, golly. But the Fortnite is fun. I wish y'all played it because, man, that'd be dope. But, they have, and I guess maybe you don't. Do you have that in the news? The stuff that they announced? Was that the next thing?
What did they announce? Oh, you talking about the fucking rhythm game and the Lego game?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, and the racing thing.
Isn't that the Lego thing?
No, it's two different things. So it's the Lego thing is their partnership with Lego, where December 7th it'll just be you go into Fortnite and it'll be a separate option. You go into this Lego thing and it's the whole map is Lego. All your skins, actually, when you pick your skin, they have up to 1,900 of them, they said, converted so far. But when you pick your skin turns into a minifig. Like it'll transform into a minifig of that skin. And then you go and you're on a glider and everything. Like it looks pretty dope. And then the racing one looks like, I think it's done with a partnership with the Rocket League people. And it's like the players are on top of the cars and you somehow are controlling them. They didn't show a whole lot, just kind of a trailer. I guess it was playable if you played the Fortnite event that went on, but I didn't play it. I missed it.
I like that I can hear your dryer or washing machine going off. Yeah.
It's my dryer. Yeah.
I
I'm like,
recognize-
damn
I
it, I was
recognize-
doing shut up.
I recognize the tune.
Yeah.
You know what
freaking
kills
Sam
me? You
Hugs.
know what kills me about Fortnite is that
What?
like, isn't it just last week that we had the Eminem thing and like people have already forgot about that?
Well, see, and it's wild. So the Eminem thing played into this. That was the last thing. So it was big news that they made an Eminem skin, and they were like, "Oh, well, that's random. Why'd they do it?" Well, in this event, they showed that they were partnering. I guess I don't know if it was a partnership, but it's like a harmonics, like rock band type mode where it's music based. So you hit the buttons on the controller as the thing slides down, and Eminem performed a concert basically. So it was kind of like the who was the other rapper that did that? Oh, Travis Scott. I think that's what it was. Yeah, it was like the Travis Scott thing.
You know,
All I can think of
I'd never heard Travis Scott's name until I saw he had a McDonald's value meal, and I was like, "Who the fuck is Travis Scott?"
See, my kids listen to all of them.
Oh.
That's the only reason I know.
Old ass white dude Ken.
Yeah.
Fucking coming in with who the fuck is that?
That's what happens when you get old, Anthony. This is what you have to look forward to.
Man, that's true because my kids be
Not
bringing
if
up,
I wrap-
yeah,
not-
man.
not if I wrap it up before I get old.
That's true. Yeah, my kids be out here like, yeah, I'm listening to Lil Durk. I'm like, who the fuck? Who is Lil Durk?
You could have
what
made
are
that
you
up,
talking about?
and I'd have believed it. See,
Little Dirk. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's some girl running around named Ice Spice apparently. Now I'm like, who are these people? Like,
Yeah.
well, I see those Twitter like that Twitter post will never get old to me, where like the guy's like, "This is what news looks like to me now," and it's just two fucked up words, and you're like, they did this thing, and you're like, okay.
Yep, that's where I be at. I'm like, oh, Krishandra and Smackface had a baby. Good for them.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Right, like.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Blueface, that's his name.
Blueface, yeah, the one that Ryan just kept updating us on. I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Blueface,
Well, see,
it's fucking Papa Smurf. That's what I would call myself.
Wow.
Also, this is one of the variations of the tweet. On 50, all celebrity news looks like this. Curtains for Zusha. Case Mulligan, Batboy caught flipping a grunt.
That is my life. That is my life. Whatever. I can't anymore.
So accurate. Oh man, getting old is crazy. Like, oh. But anyway, that's the Fortnite stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I see these people on Twitter, and then like they're like, well, what do they do? Like they're a musician. I'm like, oh. Well, the funny thing is when you hear their music and you're like, what the fuck is this noise?
Somebody took an actual tweet and put that dude's tweet above it, and the real tweet is Baby Gronk the new Drip King, or is he just getting rizzed up by Livy? I don't know who these people are.
I don't even know what words you just used, but okay.
And I like and all this. I hate all the slang. I just want to die.
Me too. Oh my god, my kids! I swear to God, my kids introduce me to stuff every day. Like my daughter says something, slip it now, Dad. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say to me? It's like, oh no, calm down. It mean this, that, the third. I'm like, oh, well, just say that then. Like, what the world? Like, the slang is crazy. Like, everybody wilding out now. It's just crazy.
I know this is not a popular thing to say, but I watched this movie on Netflix called Old Dads. And I related so much to that movie. Like
I probably would do now. Like I feel like we've reached that age. Like I'm like, man, I totally understand all of that stuff. Like I told my wife, I was like, I just apologize for every old person joke I ever said in my life. Because I feel like now it's all, I'm over here having to get this scanned and that looked at and this is creaking. Like, good Lord.
You don't understand a word coming out of anybody below 20 years old's mouth. Like,
oh, none of it. Like, oh man,
we're there. We made it.
Yep, yep.
Embracer, Fish Labs laid off around 50 people.
Jesus. Remember when it used to be when you heard Embracer it was because they had just bought somebody? Now every time you hear them, it's because they just fired somebody.
That's because they fucking, I don't know how stupid you have to be to start making purchases based off of a thing that's not finished.
Right. Like, what the hell?
Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that? I don't know. Yeah.
So ByteDance announced that it will be winding down Newverse in December. They will look for ways to divest from already released titles, such as Marvel Snap. Approximately 1,000 people will be laid off.
Oh wow! I thought that game was doing well. Guess not. Dang.
Unity is ending their agreement with digital effects company Weta FX, which they acquired 2 years ago for $1.6 billion from Peter Jackson. 256 people are affected, with 3.8% of its global workforce. People Can Fly and Square Enix will hold a strategic discussions about the future of Project Gemini. It's likely that they'll cancel it under current conditions.
Do we know what that is?
I don't know, but after
it's
what
just a
happened with
project,
what was that game that the Outriders
Mm-hmm.
that they still
Yeah.
never made any money on?
That was that one, right?
Yep.
What was the one?
Yeah.
Hyenas was the Sega one that got canceled, right?
I've got that in the
canceled, yeah.
news right here. Creative Assembly will return to genres it knows best after Hyena's cancellation a few months ago.
But it's
Nice.
just like another one to that fucking pile of shit I don't care about. You know, I hate to be like that, but I don't know how many times I could say, like, the audience you are going for is already got shit to play. Like, at least with single player experiences, there's an end, right? But like all these multiplayer fucking things, it's like, bruh, like there's only so much time in the day, and then you have to organize getting people together. You got your goddamn mind.
Well, it was like that news story that went around the other day about how Starfield's player count dropped off, and it's like, yeah, motherfuckers
That's what
finished
it does.
They finished it, right? Nigga, you thought they were supposed to play it forever? Like, what the world?
I think the difference is that like Starfield. Was that this week when they started responding to people?
Oh, I think it was last week.
Started responding.
Infinite. Yeah, they started responding to reviews on Steam that were negative.
Oh, I read about that.
Yeah, don't
like
do that.
People like saying, like, you know, you get to the moon and the moon is fucking boring, and they're like, well, when the astronauts went to the moon, do you think they were bored? It's like they were on the actual goddamn moon, you stupid son of a bitch.
Dude, do you not get excited because the wizard came from the moon?
Fucking that.
That was good.
I don't love Destiny, but like, you know why people keep playing it? Is it because it's fun to play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I hate to say this, but like, the guy out of all of us on this website, like the guy who loves those games fell off pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ryan, this isn't his game of the year, which under normal circumstances probably should be, right? And that's because like they're doing the same shit they've always done, and that's getting diminishing returns. So it's like, I think people are saying that. I think they're using the stats incorrectly. I think you would see less engagement on something like that than you would see even Oblivion or Skyrim to this day. Like, that's the thing you have to compare that number to. Is right after Skyrim released, what was the drop off there? And I don't think it'd be as high as the drop off of Starfield.
Probably not. Also, in another water is wet news, Sega says the Sonic Superstars sales are weaker than expected. The reason are that other big games launched the same time as Sonic. Maybe because you launched it the same fucking day as Mario.
No, it was the Tuesday. It was the Tuesday before Mario.
Still,
same fucking mistake.
Same week. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, that was a mistake. Jesus.
Halo Infinite's mid-season update on December 5th comes with Firefight, King of the Hill, Repair Field, ranked improvements, Forge updates, custom game browsers updates, and stability and networking updates. Sega is.
Can you add the fun in? Thanks.
Nope.
How about that for a patch?
Sega sent out a letter that says "New Era, New Energy" for the Game Awards. Any guesses?
I swear to God, if it's a Sonic redesign,
new Sonic game. It's a new Sonic game.
It's a collaboration between Sonic and Sonic the Restaurant for chili dogs.
Probably.
Hold on now.
Jaleel White will be on stage.
Hold on now. That sounds far better than what we're gonna get, and you fucking know it.
Yeah, I was trying to be positive. The first
Like,
trailer.
appreciate
a big fucking Sonic tie-in to the restaurant. Like, bro, I'd start crossing borders.
Oh, you guys don't have Sonic up there?
No,
I mean, you ain't missing much, but you know.
no, I know I'm not. Trust me, I'm not like. That's the reason why I haven't gone to one. But I'm like, I will drive to Detroit to get a fucking Sonic if there's a crossover.
I mean, you might not come back from Detroit. I'm just.
I mean, God, there's worse places to die.
The first trailer for Fallout on Prime Video dropped this week. I still haven't watched it, but people seem to think it looks good.
It looks fucking pretty good.
I mean, Amazon doesn't get enough credit for how good they do adaptations. So
yeah, but I think like, and I know it's Paramount, but like, look at the Halo TV show, and look at Master Chief's costume. I go, yeah, that's a really good costume. You know, but then you see the Brotherhood of Steel costume, and I went, fuck, that's perfect.
I'm kind of obsessed with the way Anthony says costume.
Yeah, I was listening to that actually, but yeah, the power armor is it does look really good. It's funny too. Well, that probably is the next thing too, because the Halo trailer dropped.
Well,
I already said
Walton
that.
Goggins.
Oh, did you?
Walton Goggins is a goddamn ghoul in this.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good cast.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked good. Like, I'm about that show, and that I'm sure, because when we get to TNA After Dark and we're discussing this stuff, I'm sure that'll be one of the things
I'll
that we
watch
watch and bring up. Yeah, because that comes out next year, I think. Right? Is it April or February?
April.
It's February.
It's April.
Oh, April. Okay.
April 12th. They got it down to a date.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, Halo's in February. I mentioned that earlier, and then I went through a whole story about how you can watch it on YouTube, but apparently you were asleep.
You did. No, you did. I remember it now. You totally did. That's. It's just funny because I watched the Amazon one, and then right after that, I saw the Halo one, and I was like, "Oh shit! I guess I'll have to watch the first season," because I wrote that off because I figured it was going to be canceled because I fell off after like 3 episodes. But I mean, if they did another season,
someone who did a voice for a major character in the Halo lore, and then got reduced to like just growls.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. He's like, do you know this character? And I'm like, yeah, I know that character. And he's like, I voice him, but you wouldn't know that because they cut all my lines.
That's messed up.
I feel bad.
Oh, man.
In a victory for the Physical Warriors, though, PlayStation announced this week that they are taking away content from people who bought Discovery shows on the PlayStation Store. On December 31st, they will be removing access not just to download it, but to watch.
Ouch.
And it includes shows like Mythbusters.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
That's your digital future, as people who are into physical media would say.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
I don't like these things for sure. They suck. But I always find it funny when people are freaking out about losing something, especially when like a lot of times the thing they lose is like, who fucking cares? But,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's fine. It's a shitty. I don't think it's good that these things happen. But you know that when you invest in it, like. People who
I think
don't.
With this particular scenario, like people are blaming Sony a lot on this one.
I mean,
I'm
it's licensing.
to say,
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say it's knowing who they're licensing from.
HBO,
like,
Zaslav, motherfucker.
You mean I was gonna say you mean the people that are like, we finished a movie, but I'm not gonna release it because I'll just rather not take the chance and risk.
Yep.
So I can get my tax refund or whatever for it. Like, are you surprised they're taking back their toys and saying you can't play with this anymore? I'm not.
No, I'm not shocked, but at the same time, a lot of people who like throw this in your face are people who don't invest in it anyway.
Well, I mean, in this particular scenario, all I'm gonna say is like, I know that some of this shit's hard to find on DVD or whatever, but when you start to see that behavior from certain studios, like that's your sign to go and buy that shit on DVD if you want to keep it forever.
Yep.
Warner Brothers has made it clear they don't care.
Dude, they're getting rid of Looney
pulled,
Tunes.
They got rid of. So they had all of the back catalog of Sesame Street on HBO Max, and then they just took away a bunch of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's finished content. It literally, all you do is make money off of it now, but it wasn't good enough. So like, that is your sign, and Disney does the same sort of thing to some extent. If you want something the way it is now, you have to, as soon as you can buy it physically, because the difference is they have to then come to your house with a hammer and break your disc if you want to keep it, if they want you to not be able to keep it. Like, they've shown their hand. That's where I go. If you want to watch this stuff later on, you have to do the extra effort and get it physically. Because whatever their business plan is now sucks. Because you know what? We talked PlayStation out of getting rid of the PS3 store. Microsoft has held on to the Xbox 360 store for way longer than I expected them to.
It is going away, though.
It is going away, and it sucks. Like, I'm not going to deny that, but like, you know, Nintendo kept their 3DS and Wii U around a lot longer than I thought they would. Same with the Wii. Like, it sucks, but they aren't removing the access to it. Like, so that's the reason why I'm saying, like, I don't think you can blame PlayStation in this particular scenario. They're just the people that have to deliver the news because you are their customer.
Yeah.
And they're just the people in between. I think we go off on PlayStation sometimes, and I just want to defend them in this scenario. This is not their fault. Because if you have other stuff that you've bought and they're not removing that, it's probably the fucking studio who has this fucking shitty method of treating their customers.
I'm going to be honest with you, at this point in life, I just blame Zaslav and Iger for everything. It usually works out for me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
All right, let's do a couple emails and some tweets and get out of here. By the way, yeah, we have a new Twitter account. You can tweet at us
back, baby.
At ZTGD Radio now, since, you know, X support won't even reply to me about getting the old Twitter account back. Which, by the way, thank you everybody who followed it. We got a pretty good surge of people. I'm glad that we have that back out there. But let's do some emails. Email address podcasts@ztgd.com. Those are still our favorite way to get things. Our first one comes from Jeremy. He says, "Hey guys, Dragon's Dogma 2 is releasing next March. I'm so insanely hyped for this game. Dragon's Dogma is definitely in my top 5 of all time. I find that it's unusual for me to get super hyped for a game these days. Being 44 probably doesn't help much. When was the last time you were mega hyped for a game or anything in the nerdery realm? Thanks for the show, guys." Man, I'm 44 years old and my ass gets excited all the time.
I do too. I mean, man, mega hyped. I mean, I'm mega hyped for Space Marine 2. I was mega hyped for Alan Wake.
I was mega hyped for Mortal Kombat until I got into the...
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I think Terrence's Mortal Kombat is Alan Wake too.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, mega hyped. I don't know. Like, I think Ken will probably agree with me on this one. Tears of the Kingdom had me fucking ramped right before launch.
Oh yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
I played that this weekend.
Nice.
I went back and I did 2 more shrines. I think I'm maybe 10 or 15 away from finishing all the shrines. I don't know how many there are.
It's a game I just fell off of, unfortunately. I liked Breath of the Wild more.
I like Tears better. Tears is now.
Well, I think Tears is arguably the better game, but like I mean that's one story beat that just turned me off of. I was like, no, that's just too fucking weird for me. Like, I feel weirded out by that fact, and I just mentally, I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
It was weird, to be sure. Like,
I'm like, this is not what I expect from a Zelda game. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like,
you know what though? I'm super hyped for a comic book that's about to that comes out next. Like I get super hyped about nerdy stuff all the time. Like the Resurrection of Magneto comes out. That's my boy. That comes out next year. Like I'm hyped about that. Like there's tons of stuff. I'm just a nerd.
I got mega hyped for the new Saw movie because it had been so many years since we had a true John Kramer movie.
Right on. Yeah. See, like yeah, I get hyped about a lot of stuff.
All right. Next email comes from Rick. He says, "Hey y'all, thanks for the excellent shows each week as always. I particularly loved your Black Friday retail stories this past week. Anyway, as the year comes to a close, I have a roundtable question. I am not going to be on this one. Top 3 shows of 2023. Here's mine. Yeah, he says, here's mine. Number 1 is Beef on Netflix. Just watch. Enough said. Steven Yeun, I think that's how you pronounce it, rules. And the writing is off the chain. Poker Face on Peacock. It's a Columbo-like detective show starring Natasha Lyonne, scratchy voice, big hair, where each episode is a different mystery. And then Fargo Season 5, starring Jennifer Jason Leigh and John Hamm. First episode gives mad Home Alone vibes. So effing great. Cheers. This is so funny, because he said Natasha Lyonne and then Home Alone. Did you all see Macaulay Culkin got a Hollywood star this weekend?
I did, and I was like, good for him. I didn't know he was married to or dating, about to marry, I guess, Brenda Song.
They got 2 kids, which is crazy.
I didn't know that. I was like, wow, holy crap. But yeah, good for him.
He seems like a good dude, so I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I know that there was a while there, because there's a picture on the internet where he was looking a little rough.
Oh, where they were worried about like he was into drugs and stuff? Yeah, I remember
that was around the time I think he was dating Mila Kunis, too. And stuff like that. And like, yeah, he just took some time away, and then like, he's the publisher of the last Toe Jam and Earl game of all fucking things.
He also did an episode of AVGN.
He's in he does a couple episodes. He's done a couple episodes with the guys at Red Letter Media. Dude just seems to like he changed his middle name and put it up for a vote. And the middle name they voted on was Macaulay Culkin. So he's Macaulay Culkin. He's just having a good time being himself. It's hard to
it's
hard not to be like
dude.
Want to root for the guy, and he looks fantastic. Like, you know, because there were those pictures floating around, and it's like, no, the dude fucking looks exactly like he used to.
Yeah,
he's aged very well. Like, yeah.
As far as like TV shows go, like I don't watch a ton of new stuff.
I don't watch any.
Wow.
So I'm
the only one going to answer this?
Well, I was trying to think if there was actually anything I watched this year that I really enjoyed, but like a lot of the stuff I started, I didn't finish. I was waiting on something to finish, and I haven't watched it yet.
I don't have it sucks because I don't have television, but I can give you like a couple of YouTube channels that I think have been spectacular that I've discovered this year. I've linked this one multiple times in chat, in our Discord chat that we actually record in. Displaced Gamers. The dude goes into the coding of NES games and sometimes fixes them. He explains like why. So like the first episode I watched from him was, why is the platforming so difficult in the Terminator for NES? And he breaks down like where it's licking and how everything works. But sometimes he like will see like, okay, so we can fix the code like just with a Game Genie code, and he puts that out there. He's like, okay, so this will fix the physics and stuff. It's super fascinating. It makes some of those bad games, not all the bad games, but he makes some of those bad games that like are old make sense of why they're bad and how advanced their tech was. Really interesting. He'll do some popular games too, but for a lot of it, it's like he generally looks at bad games and tries to like fix them. There was Flaw Peacock.
That sounds like a Mega Man X villain.
I always thought it sounded like a Metal Gear Solid villain.
That could be that too.
Like, can you not hear like David Hayter going "For Peacock"? Like, I'm sorry,
Wow.
that's what it sounds like to me. He does really interesting breakdowns of like, yeah, he does some interesting breakdowns of some weirder games. Like right now, he's working on Daniel Mullins titles and stuff. He's been a really good find this year. So I'm trying to think of people that I've kind of stumbled into that's new to me, anyways. There's a third one that I'm trying to find. Just Charlatan Wonder. That's what his name is. He's specifically does videos on immersive sims, as people call it. So I really like his stuff because he kind of breaks down why he thinks certain games are better than others, and like if you want, like he just put out a video. It's like, this is like, if you're interested in playing immersive sims, these are the games you should play. So those are the three that I'd say, like, if you're talking, if I treated them like television, those are the guys I've sort of that are new that I've watched a lot of and gone back to their previous work and stuff. Because like I've watched Austin Eruption for years now, so like I can't recommend him, but he's still putting out good content and stuff. So those three guys are the sort of the new ones to the list.
I think the only TV show that I will not miss is Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I watch it every week.
It gets hard to watch because it's misery all the time.
Yeah, but he puts the humor undertone in it.
He is, I mean, essentially his show is the Daily Show. No.
Yeah.
Not to shit on what's his name who was doing the Daily Show. I know he's leaving.
Noah is Noah.
No, his name's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I can't think of it. I can see his face, but
yep.
I can't. Trevor Noah.
I
Trevor
can hear
Noah.
his voice too. Yeah, Trevor Noah. Not to diminish his show, but it was very different for the people that watched the old Daily Show. So John Oliver is kind of the continuation of the old Daily Show, and Trevor Noah did his own thing with it, which is what happened when Jon Stewart took over the Daily Show. It changed again. So no, not shitting on Trevor Noah. It just wasn't my type of thing. So, but yeah, I can't take the misery all the time.
All right, Terrence, you're the only one. What you got this year?
So Rabbit Hole, which is, if you haven't heard, it's streamed. I think it was on Paramount Plus. It's got Kiefer Sutherland, and it's kind of an espionage story. Like, everything is not what it seems. It's one of those. So you gotta pay attention. Lots of twists and turns. I like that one a lot. Based on a true story was good. That was on, I think, Peacock. It's got that girl from, I know her as the voice from Harley Quinn, but I think she was on Big Bang Theory. But
Melissa Rauch.
No, Kaylee Cuoco.
Oh, she's the one that plays
her.
Harley Quinn
so,
on HBO Max.
You know what's weird? Melissa Rauch did play Harley Quinn. She played it in because they did the Blondie cover in that Batman movie. Yeah, Batman and Harley Quinn. It was the animated, and she
I saw that.
Harley Quinn in it.
That's the okay.
That's the one that's clearly a continuation of the animated series.
Yeah. But based on a true story was good. It's like this husband and wife who, they ultimately they end up meeting a serial killer. The wife is a true crime fan, like so many people are nowadays, and they end up meeting this serial killer in real life and doing this podcast with him. That's based on a true story. So talking about his murders, and then there's comedy and stuff in there. It's a dark comedy show, but it actually is really funny. And then I probably would say Poker Face, because Poker Face is actually really good too. If you haven't seen that, if you like that type of stuff, this was good.
I did enjoy. I did enjoy Fubar.
Did I watch Fubar? Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that was good too.
That was a good show.
I do want to see another season of that. Yeah, that was good. That was this year. Yeah, this year actually there's been a bunch of different good shows. Like Ahsoka was solid. Like I liked Ahsoka. Hijack was good. That was on Apple TV. The Fall of House of Usher was good. But I don't think that's coming back. I think that was just a limited series. But yeah, there was a bunch of good stuff this year.
Yeah, Flanagan stuff is usually one and done.
Yeah.
I did like Midnight Mass. That was a good show.
I did not watch that. I've heard I need to watch that one.
Yeah.
I need to.
My daughter, that was good.
I saw a bit of a show called Yellow Jackets, and I need to finish that.
Yep. My friend
Because-
swears by that. That show was great, apparently.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish up here. I gotta piss so bad. It's driving me crazy.
Okay.
I didn't take a break today, so like I've been sitting here with a full bottle of water and my caffeine, and I'm like, man, it's been 2 hours.
If the bottle's empty,
Both bottles are
you might-
empty. Both.
yeah, well,
Oh man.
And
Yeah.
I'm
okay, let's
44
wrap it up.
years old, so you know.
Right. We old. Yeah. Let's wrap it up. We got
he's
it.
saying his aim is bad. All right.
Antonio writes in and says, "You know what sucks? Not being interested in Baldur's Gate 3. The mechanics never piqued my interest at all. Plus, it is D&D based, which I never had an inkling of interest in. You want to know what's awesome? Playing a trial version of Baldur's Gate 3 and becoming absolutely hooked in those 2 measly allotted hours. It was giving me the exact same feeling when I first took a chance playing Fallout 3, my first RPG. Anyways, what time is that new GTA trailer supposed to drop? Man, fuck off." If Baldur's Gate 3 drops on Game Pass, I will check it out. But yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't care. I don't like those kind of games. The only one I ever really dug was the first Dragon Age.
Do you not like Final Fantasy like Tactics?
Nope. Do not like them at all.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Okay. He was like, never mind. All
Nope.
right.
Yep, never been a fan. All right. 2 tweets, both from the same guy. Perfidy says, "What's up, fellas? Era new energy. That's the Sega thing. Any wild guesses as what Sega will be revealing at the Gaming Awards?"
Well, I would love a Skies of Arcadia, but
Nope.
it's not. I feel like it's gonna be Sonic.
The
man.
only thing I can legitimately think of that isn't Sonic, some stupid Sonic thing. I love Sonic, but Jesus Christ, they have other franchises. Because we already know Yakuza, so it ain't that. Is if they are making a new Virtua Fighter.
I heard a rumor that it's Virtua Fighter 2 online.
Something like that. You know, I think that's the only thing that like that wording makes me go, that's probably what it is.
Yep. He also
I
says,
hate to say it, as much as I love Virtua Fighter and I would love for it to come back, especially 2, I could totally see this just being the wet thud that I expect it to be.
he also says, "Anthony, what's up? Good to hear you're recovering and doing well. Stay strong, my brother."
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, that fucking COVID, guys, don't fuck around with that shit. Like, I know it may seem stupid, and, like, you know, if you're going to go somewhere, not that I think anywhere's as crowded as it used to be, but if you're going somewhere and it gets crowded, I don't blame you if you pull out your mask just to give yourself a little bit of a barrier. Like, are masks foolproof? No, not at all. Anybody that says that is dumb. But at the same time, anyone that says that masks don't work completely, I mean, like, I don't even know how to describe that. Like, yeah, anything you put in front of your face is going to help block some fucking...
Right.
You know,
Something's
like,
better than nothing.
you know how it's somewhat harder to breathe in a mask? Yeah, that's by design.
All right, and his last tweet says, "I'm tired of these PlayStation and Xbox fanboys and their toxic spaces. Was listening to a particular one this week and heard a dude threatening another because he's a PlayStation gamer, and I'm like, what the fuck, over plastic boxes?"
Yeah, man. I pop into some of them and they go hard. Like, they be real live shouting at each other, standing on business and all this other stuff, and that because that mean they about to fight. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's video games.
Don't you just kind of want to hand them like axes though, and just let them swing at each other? Like, at least we'll be down 1.
Yeah, go for it.
Right. Like,
just
here,
do it.
go for it,
No,
man.
guys, don't fight, please. No, stop. Here, this one's sharp.
Well, I mean, is this okay? I know maybe this is a little morbid, but is this any different than like getting shot for shoes? Like, is it like it's?
It's not.
No, because I think it's a bit different because it'd be like getting shot for your 'Cause nobody's getting shot for shoes because they're wearing the wrong brand. They're getting shot for shoes to take the shoes.
I mean, that's fair, but still, it's the same.
Right.
It's the same like mentality of stupidity.
It's like I don't know. I don't know if there is an you know what?
dudes
it's
getting in
like-
bar fights over sports teams. You know,
yeah. That's probably the closer
Actually,
to.
that would be, yeah.
which I don't understand either. Like, you don't play for them.
Well, I think,
Well, right.
I think still though, like there is unfortunately it'd be like getting in fights over sports teams, and neither of you are from the cities those sport teams are from. Like even more absurd, right? Like all you've done is buy merch. Like you're not from the city. You know, they don't. These people don't go out and like basically play for your city. Like it's like if I like the New York Yankees, which no one should like, and you know, like my friend like the Boston Red Sox. Neither of us are from Boston, right? Like we're both Canadians. So what fucking point of us fighting is there? Like neither of us are from the cities, and neither of us actually have any real, you know, control over the team. Like we don't experience their loss throughout the city. I don't know. It's like when people get upset about who won the Grammy, and you see all the like fans of like I remember seeing Justin Bieber fans get upset that he didn't win New Artist, and it's like, you know, Taylor Swift fans, like, you know, I'm glad that these people make music you like, but like, you know, you can listen to other music too. You don't have to build your character around one specific thing that you like. That's not how normal people are. I think the reason why I bring Taylor Swift up is because I've been struggling as a 31-year-old man who totally does not understand the appeal. Like she's not bad by any means. Like her stuff where she's playing a guitar and singing is perfectly fine. Her pop music sometimes gets bad, but like everybody's got bad songs, even artists I love. It's like I don't get how you build an entire personality around one thing you like. I've just never been that person. So when these people fight over fucking console boxes, it's like I don't know. Like I see 6-year-olds do it, and I'm like, I understand. Like that's all you have, you know. Your parents aren't spoiling. If your parents aren't spoiling you, like you stand by what you asked for, right? But like if you're an adult, like, bruh, what the fuck are you doing?
I've still yet to figure it out. I like when I was a kid, like I didn't fight over which one was better. I just wanted all of it.
Exactly. You got to make friends that have the other thing.
Exactly.
And it's called nobody else had a Sega Saturn, so like everybody was like, man, this Sega Saturn's really cool. But it's like, yeah, but I wouldn't say like you need to go get one. Like I have one, just come over and play it with me, you know.
I wanted to. The funniest thing happened when I think I was in high school. It was either junior high or high school, and I decided to get a PlayStation because of Mortal Kombat 3. And everybody at school was like, "You're fucking stupid. You should get a Nintendo 64." And like they bullied me over buying a PlayStation. Think about that context today.
When I worked at Target, I bought a PlayStation 4, and everybody else had bought an Xbox One. Remember, this is like when those consoles came out. The Xbox One didn't have that much shit going for it. You know, like Destiny had exclusive PS4 content. But they gave me shit, and they're like, "Oh, you've got the Western consoles." Like, I don't want any part of this. Also, like, what games are you playing? Destiny? I can play that too. Who gives a shit? Weird.
I don't know. These dudes are weird, man. If they spend as much time like doing something else instead of fighting in Twitter Spaces.
Like, and this is particular to a person that says Japan does not like Xbox. You fucking loser. I doubt he'll ever hear this, but in case he does, you're a fucking loser. You standing on the street announcing that Japan does not like Xbox and how like that somehow is true from a white guy in America. You know what? That's not fair. I assume you're white. You don't show up on camera, and I'm sure there's good reasons for it. Dude, like this does nothing for anybody other than like farm engagement, you piece of shit who pays for Twitter, no less. Don't tell me why something is bad. Like, that is fair if that conversation is started, but if you are the one starting that conversation just to complain about shit, and it's not like, you know, you're being asked what games you played, and you have to be like, oh, this one game was real bad that I played. Tell me what makes Japan's support of PlayStation better? Like, what games am I missing? You know what I mean? That's a better way to support the outcome you want, is tell people what they should be playing. And it's like, well, this is only available on PlayStation 5, you know, because, you know, the developers didn't support the Xbox. But this is a really good game, so I think it's worth owning a PlayStation 4. That's a better argument than going, Japan hates Xbox and they're right for doing so because the Xbox sucks. Like, what are you doing? Like, what goal do you think you're going to change people's minds? No. Tell me what I should be playing, loser. Like, fuck. I don't get it. I'll never get it.
No, I don't understand it. I never will. Anyway, that is everything that I have. As I said, the new Twitter account is up. It's at ZTGD Radio, so please give it a follow. We'll be posting all the shows there, and then, of course, tweeting about the show being recorded. So you can tweet at us. You can also send us emails to podcast@ztgd.com. I know you guys finished up Phobia this week, but I don't know what his next game is. So
the next game is The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I believe they're doing the Dead Space remake.
So a game from this year. They're really stretching the Phoenix Down thing.
Well, you know what? Drew's been sitting on it all year.
Well, Drew's been sitting on God of War for how many years?
Shut the fuck up and let me finish my point.
2018.
God damn it, Ken. You want to pee? Let me finish my goddamn point, Ken, or I'll fucking hold this up like it's a hostage situation.
I could just mute him and he can't say anything.
The ladder.
I guess their whole sort of thing, except for Phobia this year, was playing games that were like either spiritual successors or like remakes to games they love. So RE4, and now Dead Space is coming up as well. So that's kind of how they ended up on Dead Space.
Nope, that's cool. But I think that's it. That's all I got for this week. We're getting close to Christmas. We're also getting close to Game of the Year, so you know, y'all start thinking about them lists.
Lord.
It's gonna be a rough one this year.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, if nobody has anything else, we'll get out of here. Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.